Hey friends, Beck the feminist lawyer here. You know I had to hop on and talk about what happened in Philadelphia. I'm gonna have to watch the algorithm, so there's gonna be a lot of weird words. So one of the most notorious narcissists and liars in the world made a social media post about how all hell was gonna break loose in about an hour. And then he took to a stage and there was a man on the roof across from that stage that multiple people saw and nobody did anything about. That person reportedly went pew pew at that man, and the narcissist grabbed his ear as if he had been bitten by a mosquito and went, "Ugh," and then brought his hand down, and there was no fluid on his hand. Just went, "Ugh," as if he'd been bitten by a mosquito. Suddenly he was tackled by a bunch of his protectors. A few more pew-pews rang out, and the person who had the first one was eliminated, and then someone else, an innocent bystander, was eliminated. Subsequently, the narcissist shook off his security detail, raised a fist in the air and said, "Fight, fight, fight," and then scrambled to get his shoes instead of exiting the area with his security detail, as every other person who has been at the end of one of these attempts has done. Reagan was completely tackled. Kennedy, they were jumping into his car while it was taking off. And anyone who can look at me and honestly say that this person who has come out and said nothing matters but ratings and is, again, a notorious narcissist and partied with one of the most well-known kid activity leaders in the modern age. He was besties with this guy and was sued by these young ladies that were 12 and 13 years old when this stuff was going on, who were suddenly silenced and magically disappeared. If you think that this person is not capable of staging something like this and is not capable of accepting casualties as part of this, you're out of your mind. In addition, the person with the pew-pew was a registered Republican and used a type of pew-pew that the left has been trying to get outlawed for freaking ages, to no avail because of the GOP. So could it have been staged? Yes. Do I think it was staged? Yes. But even if it weren't, perhaps it should make the GOP think twice about those pew-pew laws that the left has been trying to push through. And then you've got those wacko evangelicals saying it was God himself that turned his head and kept him from getting hit. God, it's so hard to talk around this algorithm. Meanwhile, in the book of Revelation, it talks about that the Antichrist will be injured somewhere in the head and will rise again, and that his followers will be known by marks on their foreheads. MAGA hats, anyone? So my point here is that all of this is a very convenient moment to distract from Project 2025, which was tanking the narcissist's ratings. Since folks started talking about Project 2025, the populace has realized that the fash and the ism are upon us, that this is a manifesto for the fash and the ism. And that most of the people who wrote this document, or who are involved in this document, or who will be in charge of the implementation of this document, are people that have been in the narcissist's cadre the entire time. As a matter of fact, the head of the foundation that wrote Project 2025 said, it full-on admitted that the narcissist is lying about not knowing what it was. Don't be fooled, y'all. Do not be fooled by this. We gotta keep talking about Project 2025. We have to keep talking about it. Do not let the news of the pew-pew situation drown out your voices on Project 2025. It read better in the original German, if you know what I mean. So don't let up. Don't get dragged into the whole, here's the tolerant left bullcrap. And do not forget that it was this narcissist that spurred a crowd to erect a very special platform for his vice president and then break into the Capitol and threaten Congress. Don't get thrown off your game. Focus. Project 2025 and the narcissist and all of his cadre must be stopped. Vote blue up and down the ticket. Up and down the ticket. Stay safe out there, friends, and keep fighting that good fight.